I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but after 3 years of having absolutely nothing in Fortnite Save the World, they surprised us and we now have content.
No. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. 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 No.
With the 19.4 update, Fortnite Save the World finally got new content. So what was this update? Well, it was the addition of animals to Fortnite Save the World. Not only animals, we did get also a brand new storyline and a brand new hero in that story as well. Now, I will let you know towards the end of this video how I personally feel about this latest update, but please let me know in the comments down below your thoughts and views, and let's see who loves and who hates the brand new content in Fortnite Save the World. But the main question that is going to be on most people's minds in what did actually get added in. Well, of course, we had the new story and we had the new hero, but we did get 6 animals added in as wildlife in our worlds. And they are frogs, birds, chickens, boars, wolves, and raptors. You may very well have seen these when you've been playing Battle Royale, but if you haven't seen those, then let me just briefly explain what each of them are. So the first thing that we have are our frogs. Now, the frogs will just wander aimlessly around the map, hopping from place to place. Now, you can kill these and you can obtain meat from these, which you can then either use as health for yourself or you can use it to tame other animals. Now, we do also have birds, and birds will just fly around the map, and you can also get epic versions and legendary versions. Now, with the epic and legendary versions of these birds, they will drop you some pretty decent loot. You can get a nice free weapon out of it, or a free trap, and some nice resources. So you can get those from it, and also it's going to drop you some more meat as well. Now, we've also got chickens. Again, these can be killed for meat, and you can also use them for pretty much flying around the map. You can use the chickens in order to gain a little bit of better height and distance, so you can travel quite well. You can also use chickens with bounce pads and boost pads, directional pads, and tires that you will find around the world, and they will really boost you one heck of a lot around the map, so it will make getting from one place to another so much easier. Now, you can't unfortunately tame the frogs, birds, or the chickens, but you can tame your boars, your wolves, and your raptors. Now, with the boars, you are going to need mushrooms in order to tame them. You can obtain mushrooms from your general mushroom farming around the maps. There are pretty much mushrooms in most maps. Spawn rate of these have been increased since this update, so there will be a lot more mushrooms around. You will always still get your fibrous herbs occasionally, as you normally would when you farm for those, but they will also drop a mushroom as well. So you can use the mushrooms to tame your boars. Now, once you have tamed a boar, you can follow that boar around and it will locate items for you. It can give you some great building resources and crafting resources, which can be really useful. You can always kill the boars as well. You can get meat from them as well. Now, with the wolves and the raptors, again, you can kill them if you wish. You will get meat from those, but you can also tame your wolves and raptors as well. Now, you're going to need meat in order to tame the wolves and raptors, and essentially what they will do once you have tamed them, they will follow you around and pretty much act as a sort of bodyguard when you're in your missions. They will be able to kill husks, they will take out blasters, they can even take out smashers. They will take a bit of work, but they can take out a smasher, and they can give a smasher a damn good pounding. So they are going to be extremely useful when you are going around the map. It's going to make things so much easier because you're going to have something there to help protect you and help keep those husks at bay. Now, the wolves and the raptors, not only will they attack the husks, but they will also attack any other wildlife as well. Now, the only downside that I can find with having this current ability is you can only currently tame one animal at a time. So if you've got a wolf tamed and you want to change over and tame a raptor, the raptor will automatically become your new tamed animal. You can't, unfortunately, have more than one, which is a real downside, and I do hope they do get that changed before too long. Now, a couple of things that I have noticed in the little bit of testing that I have done with your tamed animals, they can phase through your builds, they can open doors in your builds, they can open doors in buildings. They can go through the doors as normal, or they might just phase through structures and do whatever the heck they like, to be honest. So there are a few little niggly issues with these new animals. You can sometimes get them spawning inside the terrain, so you can't actually get to them anyway. And if you do go up to a higher level than where your tamed animal is, quite often they won't follow you up your stairs or up your ramps. They will just stand there at the bottom wondering what they're going to do. They do appear to be quite powerful, and in regards to other wildlife, they can pretty much one-shot most of the other wildlife. Even the raptors will one or two shot another raptor, so you do have to bear that in mind. Now, if any of your tamed animals do take any damage, you can heal them with adrenaline rush, or if you do have any further meat available, then you can throw that meat down. The animal will eat that and it will regain some health from it. Now, once you've completed your quest line and obtained your brand new hero, she does have a fantastic ability where she will be able to increase the amount of health that your tamed wildlife has. Now, as a standard perk, she has Vital Bond. Tamed wildlife heals the player for 15% their damage on attack. So every time the animal is causing damage to husks or other animals, then the player will regain 15% of their health. As a commander perk, tamed wildlife heals the player for 30% times their damage on attack. Heroes heal their tamed wildlife for 15% their damage when they deal damage. So if you are dealing damage to husks as well as your tamed animal, then your tamed animal is going to be regaining its health, and you are going to be regaining health as well. So I do think there are so many different possibilities with this new hero, both as a commander and as a support slot. Now, although I've not been able to physically go in and test these out myself, I have heard on the grapevine that with the tamed animals themselves, they do work off of your hero's abilities, even if you don't have your new Gia hero set. So say you were using something like a constructor with base damage, or you have a soldier with Warcry, then that will buff the damage of your tamed animal as well. One good thing is your tamed animals and any tamed animals of people in your team cannot be killed by yourselves. You cannot shoot them and kill them. But one bad thing about it is I haven't found a way yet of untaming an animal. So unless you go and tame a different animal, you are always going to be stuck with that animal. But please, if you have found a way, do let me know in the comments. That will be a great addition, and I think it's something we need to have added in. If it's something I haven't missed, then we do need to have the ability to untame the wildlife, because there are going to be certain circumstances when you don't want tamed wildlife around you, and it's quite annoying when you're just being constantly followed by a raptor that just wants to do whatever it wants. Now, there's a couple of issues with the animals phasing through buildings and phasing through structures. They will, however, use doors, so whether it be doors in your structures or natural structures in the world, they can use doors, but quite often they just tend to completely phase through the structures. That is a known problem, and Epic are aware of this, along with an issue in the minimap that if you're on a higher level than your tamed animal, the animal will show on your minimap as this big giant blue square. that is also been picked up by Epic as a known problem, so they're going to work on that. There's a few sort of little things where animals just don't do what they should be doing. They just wander off and do their own thing. Hopefully that's going to get addressed pretty soon as well. I have also heard that your animals can also use up your durability on things like your bounce pads and your directional pads. Defenders, they will quite often spend most of their time sitting there shooting at animals rather than shooting at husks, so they have some other issues with it as well. But overall, the animals themselves are really, really powerful. They can take out most things in one bite, so pretty much your normal husks, mini husks, things like those, they will all be taken out in pretty much one bite from a raptor or wolf. Of course, your bigger things like your mist monsters will take a few more hits. I've even seen 2 raptors taking out a smasher in a very short period of time, so they can be really, really useful. Now, one thing that I want to make sure that I do mention on this video for anyone that isn't aware, we also got the addition of a brand new inventory slot while you are in your games. Now, this new slot can only be used for either meat, mushrooms, corn, and consumable items that you do pick up from the world. Now, you will also probably know that there are, on rare occasions, you can pick up porta forts and you can pick up shot grenades from the map. This is a feature that has always been in the game. They're very rare to come across, but if you do find them, generally they will automatically go into one of your weapon slots. Well, as of now, they will now go in to the additional 4th slot that they have added. They generally will disappear at the end of each game. The same with any meat and anything that you have gained through that mission. All of that meat, it will disappear once you do finish that mission. You can't store that up. And if you do use any hero loadouts that use the going coconuts or anything like that, then they will also go into this additional new slot that we have had. So that is your new animals. They definitely make for a whole load of new fun in the game. Now, myself personally, I feel that this is a fantastic addition. We have been waiting so long for new content to come in Fortnite Save the World, and for a game that was classed as a finished and premium experience with very little new updates, for us to actually get new content in the game, a new storyline, a new fantastic hero, and new animals coming in, then for me, it can only be a fantastic new addition. The hero itself does have its own specific new slot in the collection book, which I hope means that in the future we're going to get additional heroes to go with this new set as well. And now that we are working on the same servers and the same setup as Fortnite Battle Royale, then the possibilities are now endless of what new content we could get in the future. Of course, I try not to be too optimistic and hope for lots of things, but there is always now that possibility that so much more can be added and done in this game. Yes, we have issues with this new wildlife and things that do need to be fixed, but that is always the case, whether it be from BR or Save the World. All these new things do bring issues, and they generally do get sorted out. They may take a bit of time sometimes, but they generally get them sorted out. And I personally just feel this is a fantastic new addition. I'm having so much more fun in this game. Yes, I've got to the end now. I've done everything I need to do. So it may just be me, and I may just be clinging to something for the entertainment, but I just find that it's so much more enjoyable. There's so much new things that you can do and try out. There's so many different hero loadouts we can try with these. So much abilities that we can try with them. I've even heard that you can use your hoverboard with the chickens and completely zoom around the map, which is absolutely fantastic. So do let me know in the comments what you think of this update. But I think it is absolutely fantastic. Needs a bit of work, but it's definitely a whole load of fun in Fortnite Save the World now that wildlife has been added. So I hope you enjoy. Have a fantastic day. Stay safe, commanders, and I will see you on the next one.